Now, using the same technique as Shakespeare did to deliver plays, a Q script production of The Merchant of Venice will open next week. The Shake Scene Shakespeare Theatre Company are behind the show, and sticking to their roots, they're only providing the actors with a tiny part of the storyline during rehearsals. The company's creator and artistic director, Lizzie Conrad-Hughes, can explain a lot more. Lovely to see you. Thank you for coming. It sounds daunting and terrifying for the actors. Just tell us a bit more about how this method works and how they're preparing for this show.
Every actor who's in the show has received their part, and we're following as far as we know, what Shakespeare's companies would have had. They get their cues, which could be as short as one word, could be 2 words or one, and they get their lines and entrances and exits, and that's all. That's all that they get to work from.
It's so limited, isn't it? This, from what I've read, stems from a time when actually copyright didn't exist. So Shakespeare didn't want to give away too much so that people could steal his ideas and his words before he managed to put them on.
Yeah, that was partly behind it. Nobody wanted a printer to take the copy and copy it, and because then everybody would be able to buy it. But also you had people in the audiences basically taking notes on occasion. There is record of that. So
this was his clever way of protecting himself. Yeah. In terms of today, how do audiences react, knowing that actually the actors perhaps aren't as prepped as other shows would be?
Audiences that we've had have loved it. I mean, they're always really in there with the actors. You feel they're really willing us to succeed because they don't know what's going to happen and we don't know exactly what's going to happen, and we're all finding out together. It's a really unique environment and it's very, very exciting.
And I guess it gives you variation to some extent on what Shakespeare originally created. The theme must be roughly the same, but is there a variation each night as to how the storyline goes?
It'll always be slightly different because every actor will be different on every night, and different things will go well and different things will go wrong. Yeah, so every night a different show.
Yeah. Well, why did you want to make this slightly more popular here, bring back this technique?
Because I think it's got masses to offer. It's incredibly exciting. The plays come out as different because the characters go on fully formed, but the play doesn't exist until it happens in front of the audience. So it's this kind of chemical explosion, this environment that's created with the heat and the pressure. And I'm there as the book holder in case anybody calls a line, they get fed a line, and the audience just watch and go, what's going to happen next? And everybody's in it together. And I can't tell you, it's so much fun to do, and it's fun to watch.
But I guess also when you're watching the actors themselves learn the storyline live, that must give you quite a buzz to know that they're going through it with you at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got this truthfulness of realization and connection. Like, we might be in a scene together, but I have no idea what you're going to say to me. I might suddenly discover that you're my long-lost son. And I knew that I had one somewhere in the play, but I didn't know it was you until there we discover it in the scene.
Yeah.
So,
well, it is a comedy. Is it comedic by its nature? How do you stick to the truth there?
It is a comedy, it's a romance, I don't know exactly. There are very dark patches in Merchant. We're not skating over that. We have all the characters in Venice who, they come over as very nice characters, they're very good to their friends. They just have this problem of of acceptance of the Jews and the profession of usury and the lending money at interest. And basically we wait and see what happens. There are a lot of love stories. It's more about love than it is about hate or prejudice. And I actually truly cannot wait to see what the actors are going to make of it on the stage for the audience.
Lizzie, it's so lovely to talk to you. Thank you for joining us. Let's tell people where they can actually find out and come along and enjoy that experience too. It's the Cockpit in Marylebone. It opens Tuesday the 3rd of October, runs until Saturday the 7th, 7 o'clock each night. Each show will be slightly different. Lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. Right, we are taking a break. When we come back,